Anticipation. The hive shall spill forth like a mother's blood. The abyss of flesh and is answered. The hive shall spill forth like a mother's blood.
Welcome, let's take a look at the Boneshatter Smith of Kitava. It's one of the most basic and one of the most popular builds for Smith of Kitava. It consists of a big mace and a sturdy character with high maximum resistances, high block chance, and vastly reduced damage taken of all types. Survivability truly is the selling point of this build. You can easily reach 90% resistance to all elemental damage types with the Coal Stoker and Forged in Flame passives. That is already a defensive layer inobtainable for other classes. Smith's Masterwork will be a source of life regeneration, partial physical to fire damage shift, 20% increased strength, and 15% increased maximum life. The damage stems from the combination of various abilities. Leap Slam and Boneshatter are the two core skills used while mapping. Leap Slam primes enemies for a stun while the Boneshatter stuns them. This will also trigger a powerful shockwave that detonates the entire screen full of enemies. You won't need to worry about mana with blood magic allocated, nor accuracy with resolute technique. The biggest obstacles will be reaching high block chance, chaos resistance, and getting enough strength. Other than that, it's a very cheap build, suitable for SSF and hardcore environments. Against bosses you will use Earthshatter and Hammer of the Gods. Earthshatter breaks armor while Hammer does the damage. You will stun bosses too due to the increased stun buildup sprinkled across all your abilities. The type of damage dealt is physical and fire. The build has great physical and elemental damage mitigation, life regeneration, maximum life, and block chance. Its only weak points may be low chaos resistance and insufficient life recovery, but that can be patched up with items. Clear speed may seem sluggish because of the low movement and attack speed, but it's rather good thanks to explosions on kill. Single target damage after setting up the boss for the hammer is very high. One of the cheapest builds, it requires no specific items whatsoever. It is very easy to gear up. You won't need any uniques, but we will recommend some of the best ones. The most fitting gear piece is the Inferno class belt, to be sure. The build really is that simple. Combine Chernobog's Pillar with a high block chance from the passive skill tree to gain tons of fire damage. It only lacks maximum life, but that's a justifiable trade-off. Onslaught from Thrill Steel increases movement and attack speed, so it's good if you don't need anything but mobility. If you feel like it's a waste of the helmet slot, just go for a rare with the most basic stats. And the Deepest Tower? To benefit from enemies being always on low life, link one of your skills with Execute and allocate Finality, Stars Aligned, and Finishing Blows, and stand close to your foes. On the Inferno clasp, aim for a high roll on maximum fire resistance. Combined with strength and regular fire resistance, it's the best belt for nearly any Smith of Kitava. The build needs the basic maximum life, regular fire resistance, and maximum fire resistance. Remember, with Coal Stoker and Forged in Flame keystones, you won't need other resistances. You will also need a normal body armor for bonuses from Smith's Masterwork. With Giant's Blood, you will be able to wield a two-hand mace and a shield, but that requires you to have a lot of strength. Be mindful of that. The type of damage you're dealing is mainly physical. To increase your survivability, cap your resistances at 90%. Get more maximum life, block chance, armor, and a way to recover life. Maximum fire res is sourced from soul cores of Puwarte and ruby jewels. You will need no accuracy and enough intelligence for 2 or 3 blue gems. Get a mace with high physical hit damage and maybe strength, since it will be needed to wield it. The level of all melee skills can be a great addition. Shield is for block chance, maximum life, additional physical damage reduction, strength, and resistances. Gloves have plenty of offensive modifiers, such as gem level for melee skills, added damage and attack speed. It's wise to grab them here. Boots will get you movement speed, maximum life, resistances, and strength, not much else. An amulet is the only item that offers spirit, so get it here if you need it. You shouldn't, but some of the support gem may impose this requirement. Other than that, just get gem level attributes, life and resistances. Rings will be quite similar to the amulet, but instead of gem level to all melee skills, here you can get added damage or life leech from physical damage. Inferno Clasp is way better than any rare belt, especially since it doesn't really offer any uniquely good modifiers, just plain life, resistances and strength. Again, body armor, no explicit modifiers on it, it has to be a normal white item. Get the ornate plate for the inherent life recovery, and remember to add rune slots and increase its quality. After that, try corrupting it. Rubies are the most likely to get you suitable mods for damage with maces, rage on hit, maximum fire resistance and increased stun build-up. Hammer of the Gods is the most powerful attack in your deck that requires glory to use. Use it against bosses, but be sure you meet the conditions imposed by some of the support gems to get the most out of it. The enemy has to have broken armor in our case. Link it with Heft, Heavy Swing, Fist of War, Lacerate, and Exploit Weakness. The last one grants 40% more damage against enemies with fully broken armor. Use Hourglass instead if you don't always meet this condition for 30% more damage instead. Boneshatter is a strike attack that causes a heavy stun against enemies primed for stun, in which case it also releases a shockwave. Use it against packs of enemies you leaped on. Link it with Impact, Shockwave, Reach, Magnified Effect, Devastate, and Defy. The last two can be replaced with Fire Infusion and Close Combat, but it all comes down to your preference really. Earthshatter is a slam attack used to deal damage, break armor, and build up stun. You will use it against bosses to prepare them for the hammer. It creates spikes that can be detonated with war cries. Link it with Rage, Upheaval, Splinter, and Aftershock. Reverberate may also be implemented if the attack takes a second or longer to be deployed. Leap Slam is a movement skill that is also good for building up stun, especially on enemies with fully broken armor. Use it to initiate fights against weak enemies. Link it with Overpower, Brink, Martial, Tempo, and Holy Descent. If you have a 6th socket, we recommend unabating to increase your armor whilst leaping or any other gem that would increase the damage. Infernal Cry consumes endurance charges to empower your attacks, but it always empowers at least one anyway. Enemies in radius will combust on kill. Use it as you're about to hit bosses with the hammer. Link it with Premeditation, Tireless, and maybe Enraged Warcry if you have Rage on hand. Herald of Ash. Slain enemies explode on death, which ignites other monsters based on the overkill damage which slew them. It's good since you hit hard with Boneshatter. Link it with Cannibalism, Deadly Herald, and Fire Mastery. Some additional gems for AoE would be good, but we've used them in the Boneshatter setup. Nearby enemies are easier to stun with Overwhelming Presence on. Shield Charge is a skill used with Shield to move faster for a brief moment. Link it to Ingenuity and Stomping Ground. It now triggers shockwaves while moving, the damage of which is tied to your strength. Seismic Cry deals damage, knocks back enemies, and empowers your next attack if caused a heavy stun. Empowered attacks perform an additional Aftershock. Link it with Inspiration, Raging Cry, and Dazing Cry. It's a good way to detonate spikes, but be sure it empowers the hammer. In the first Valley of Titans, go for the charm charges gained, since with blood magic you need no mana whatsoever. In the first Venom Crypts, go get the increased elemental ailment threshold or stun threshold, whichever you deem more important. In the next Crypts, Chaos Resistance seem like the most sound option, but +5 to all attributes is not without merits. Both make gearing up easier. On the passive skill tree, prioritize area damage, area of effect, 2-hand weapon attack damage, increase stun build-up, strength, fire resistance, maximum fire resistance, and block chance. That's pretty much it. There are also some passives for rage nearby, but you probably won't need them at all. If you wear the deepest tower, you will have to make some changes, as mentioned. Your keystones are blood magic, giant's blood, and resolute technique. Your smith's masterwork passives are Kitava engraving, support straps, molten symbol, and leather bindings or flowing metal. If you don't need max fire res from flowing metal, get life regeneration from leather bindings. That should cover it. Thank you for watching, like the video, subscribe to the channel, see you soon.